How to prevent foreclosure is a must-know if you have a home loan to pay. Since foreclosure is probably the scariest word any homeowner could ever hear, the most obvious step that homeowners can take to prevent this is to be updated with payments. It's a good tip, but it's an obvious one. If you're unable to keep up with your payments because of a difficult situation, below are some helpful tips that you may want to learn on how to prevent foreclosure. Number 1. Educate yourself and know the process. The first thing you need to know on how to prevent foreclosure is to inform yourself. You should know your rights as well as your loan terms. To do this, go over your loan documents and see what your lender can possibly do when you can't make your payments. You should also look into the foreclosure laws of your state. While doing so, check the time frame specific to your situation. Number 2. Don't turn a blind eye to the problem. Ignoring the fact that your payments are late or that you cannot make payments won't help you solve your problem. This includes the first few notices that you receive. They may contain helpful information on foreclosure prevention. Rather than turning a blind eye to the whole situation, it's better if you contact your lender as soon as you are in any difficulty. The truth is, they don't want your house. They would much rather have you back on track with paying your mortgage, so remember that you can always ask them for options. Number 3. Foreclosure prevention options. Yes, you have them. There are several resources online that you can visit to know the different options you have on how to prevent foreclosure. The most reliable information that you can get on these options is most probably from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. You can also talk to your housing counselor if you have one. And lastly, contact your local real estate solutions company who are experienced in helping homeowners out of any kind of a distressed situation. Number 4. Let go of some assets. Assess whether you can sell some of your tangible assets, such as a car, some jewelry, or maybe furniture. If someone within your household is willing to take an extra job to help out with the mortgage, let that individual do so. Even if these efforts don't put a dent on the payment you need to make, it shows your lender that you're doing everything you can. Number 5. Cut your spending. Check your budgeting and ask yourself which expenses you can sacrifice until your mortgage is paid. These expenses are called optional expenses, the kind of expenses that won't really affect your quality of life when you eliminate them. If you don't have a budgeting plan, it's time that you make one. Number 6. The most important tip on how to prevent foreclosure. The last tip on how to prevent foreclosure is specifically for your safety. Because you are in a tight situation, it can lead you to go for quick and easy fixes. You know that there are foreclosure recovery scams claiming that they can stop your foreclosure immediately as long as you sign a document stating that they will act on behalf of you. Never sign a legal document without thoroughly reading it. The main point is, you always have options on how to prevent foreclosure. The best thing you could do is educate yourself on the different options available to you, whether this means contacting your lender or housing counselor to get some suggestions. Do not ignore the problem, as you might just save your house from the dreaded foreclosure.